My mom refuses to take care of me after I give birth, and my dad doesn't love me, so I'm refusing to take care of them in their older years and disowning them. Posted by you/gold_gold217. So, I, 28F, am 30 weeks pregnant with my first child and about to move to another state. My mom has this thing where she takes care of my siblings when they give birth until they recover. She did it for my older sister and my brother's wife, so I thought she would do the same for me. But a week ago, she told me she couldn't because it was too far away. We got into a fight about the whole thing. I told her to get out of my house, and now we're not talking. Before you judge me and say that my mom isn't obligated to take care of me, I'll tell you that it was never about that. I'm the one child in the family that nobody really cares about. My parents always claim they love and treat us all equally, but man, is it obvious that they love me a little less than the others. I always thought maybe I was adopted and that's why they didn't care about me as much. Well, I was wrong because I am 100% theirs. It's always about how my other siblings are doing or how mom and dad are suffering, but it's never about me. It was never about me from the beginning. I am rarely celebrated, even when it's supposed to be my day. My birthdays? Rarely celebrated because mom and dad forgot, or they just threw everything in the house together and called it a birthday. High school graduation party? Nope, my parents had already wasted a lot of money on my big brother's college graduation party, so they couldn't do that, but they would make it up to me. Do you think that ever happened? I'll give you a minute or two. If you guess no, congrats, you guessed right. They share the wedding expenses for my siblings' weddings, but since my husband came from a good family, they didn't have to share wedding expenses, their words, not mine. I have always been the therapist who listens to my mom and dad's rough days or the one who has to help mom because my older siblings have too much schoolwork or because my younger siblings are too young to do that kind of work. They always tell me I'm a good daughter, but I'm never the one they brag about to their friends. I did everything in my power to make them proud, but my achievements will always be below my siblings. I have tried to talk to them about how I feel multiple times before, but all I ever get is a harsh scolding about how I was being spoiled. I hated my life until I got out of that house, but I never had the courage to let go of them, thinking they would change. Well, my mom just proved me wrong. Mind you, my older sister lives a whole ocean away from us, but mom decided that taking a 10+ hour flight to another continent, twice, was not hard at all. But all of a sudden, taking a 4-hour ride to my home is too much? Especially when I'm in a place where I don't know anyone except my husband? I'm so effing tired of them putting everyone else above me. So, I'll make things right between us before I leave because I don't want to end things on a bad note. But once I get to my new home, I'll just cut all contact. I don't think I have the energy to deal with this crap anymore. Besides, I have my lovely husband with me, so I'll be alright and build myself a new family where I am truly appreciated and loved for who I am. Note, I'm the third out of 5 children. My younger siblings are twins. Notable comments. Commenter. Not the jerk, I know exactly how you feel about being the invisible kid. According to my parents, I was the only planned child, 2-year older brother, 6-year younger sister. Well, I have always been subjected to middle child syndrome, look it up. I have only ever been good enough when they needed money. I have student debt just to keep food on the table and a roof over our heads. Sadly, I cannot go no contact as I need to live with them, not great when you're 38. I cannot afford to live on my own here. Go no contact, or low at first, with your parents, as they do not care about you. Believe it from someone who has been there for 10 years longer than you. It's terrible, but once you accept it, your mental health will get better. Just remember that you should never be available if any of your family members, those who do not care about you, ever need help or need to be taken care of. Good luck with the upcoming birth, and make sure you and your husband enjoy this new chapter in your life. Commenter 2. Not the jerk, tell her you can't keep in touch, it is too far away. Update 3 months later. Hello, first, I would like to thank everyone for their kind advice. I was honestly shocked when I saw all of these messages. I really appreciate it. A lot has happened since my last post. I tried to call my parents, but they had blocked me, and I couldn't reach them. Still, I was determined to get the closure that the younger version of me wanted. So, I called my older brother and asked if we could meet up and talk about the situation. He told me that he wouldn't meet up with me after what I had done to our mother and berated me, saying that I was an ungrateful person and that mom was under a lot of stress and pain because of me. I told him that it wasn't fair for him to just assume I was the villain and that he couldn't even understand my point of view because they didn't treat him the way they treated me my whole life. He knew they treated me like their personal chef, maid, and therapist for years, yet they couldn't even give me the love and attention I wanted just once in my whole damn life. He basically screamed at me through the phone, calling me a piece of trash for saying that, insisting that mom and dad treated us all equally, and claiming I was just a damn narcissist who can't think about anyone but myself. I tried to talk, but my emotions got the better of me, and I started breaking down on the phone. He hung up on me. I even started asking myself if I really was the narcissist my family seemed to think I was. But my husband came to the rescue and helped me through all of this, though the doubt that maybe I was in the wrong still lingered in my head. I guess my brother told my parents that I had called him because Dad called about 2 days later and asked me to meet up at their house. I was about to say no, but I couldn't because his voice was filled with remorse. So, I thought that maybe, just maybe, we could get past the whole thing, and I could drop the thought of cutting contact, even if Mom didn't want to help out. After about 3 days of talking to my dad, my husband and I went to their house to talk. I thought it was going to be just me, my husband, and my parents, but they had also invited my brother and his wife. As soon as we sat down, my dad started talking about how disappointed he was in me and how things shouldn't have led to this. I told him he was right, things shouldn't have escalated to this point, but I had assumed that since Mom helped take care of my sister and my brother's wife, she would do the same for me. Instead, she just favored everyone else over me, and it was frustrating. I told them how I had felt for years and shared everything I had said to you all. But they all acted like they didn't care, which honestly hurt like hell. At that moment, I knew I didn't mean anything to them, so why was I fighting to be part of a family that didn't want me? My husband was about to speak, but I told him not to. Everyone gave their opinions, basically blaming me. Then Dad asked if I wanted to say anything to Mom. I told her that I was sorry because I didn't want any bad blood between us before I closed this chapter and moved on with my life, but she didn't say anything back. Dad said we needed some time to cool off and set some boundaries, and I guess that was it between us. Over the next 2 weeks, we packed up and left the state. I didn't tell anyone where my new house was. Only after I had arrived and settled down did I write a long message explaining everything they had done and how I felt. At the end of the message, I told them I was completely cutting contact with my parents and older brother. I changed my phone number and blocked all of my family on social media. And you know what? My life has never been this peaceful in a long time. I'm happy with everything, and my baby will arrive any day now. It is honestly stressful, but I love it so much. We even hired a helper around the house, because why not? Now my days consist of sleeping, taking walks, eating some more, dealing with back and hip pains, and repeating the cycle, which honestly isn't that bad. Thank you for reading. Notable comments. Commenter. You should have never sought closure from your family, it was a bad move and look what happened. It's clear you're never enough for them, and you never will be. Cut off all contact with the people giving you trouble, there's a difference between being spoiled and simply wanting to be acknowledged. You're a wife and soon a mother, your husband and your child are your #1 priority and will always come first. You don't need your parents or your siblings, and your child especially doesn't need aunts, uncles, and grandparents who would honestly treat them just like they treat you. This is the start of a new chapter in your life. If they ever reach out to you, do not respond, as I'm positive they're only doing so for some ulterior motive, like resources. Don't give them a chance. I wish you and your new family well. Commenter 2. Don't even bother writing the letter. Make a fresh start, and do not contact them. Get off social media, do not post pictures of your child on it. Do not answer the phone when they call, do nothing. Don't give them the satisfaction of having something more to throw in your face. Just go, live well, because that is the best revenge.